各位同学大家好。今天我们请到的那个演讲者啊，他其实是个华人啊，你们如果注意看，不过他的中文听得懂，但是没有办法用中文演讲，所以他等一下会用英文给各位做演讲。那当然他会有 PowerPoint 了哈，然后上次说之后会让你们看 PowerPoint， 所以你们现在还是要认真听。那我先介绍一下我们的那个Molly Lee 教授哈，他其实是你可以看到他是那个 USM 的哈，我们简写那个是叫做马来亚理工大学，就有点像在台湾的话就是清华大学，很像，就是他们学校也是理工大学建厂，然后是在那个 Penang， 就是你们有听过槟城吗？马来西亚就是槟城了哈，也是一个很大的城市啊。但是其实那个 Molly 她也有不是说更好了哈，更广泛的经验，就是她其实在联合国任职过，就是各位看到这个有点小，拿起来看一下。她以前呢是在 UNESCO 的那个 Bangkok， 就是联合国教科文组织啊哈，在亚洲的总部是在那个 Bangkok， 中文叫什么？曼谷，对，在曼谷，总部其实是在曼谷，然后他其实就是以前的那个教育部门的主管，那所以其实他对亚太地区的大概大大小小的教育他都很熟，因为你其实可以猜想得到，因为他是主管，所以这些所谓的教育发展啊、方案啊、大学、中小学，他都要去看，就是很多国家他都得去，因为他自己就是在监管这些业务嘛，哈。那所以他当然就要了解那些事情，所以他其实对亚太区是很熟悉。那因为我跟 Molly 呢合作了很多年，哈，不管学术上或者是专业上。I think you understand Chinese. Go ahead. So it doesn't matter. 所以呢，其实我们跟他合作很久，大概至少5-6年 ，probably longer. I forget.所以我就想说，请他来跟各位聊一聊、谈一谈，让你们知道一下这个在亚太区域里头的一些合作的状态大体是怎么样。那如果你们对于这些，因为他自己从东南亚来，那他自己又是华人，所以他其实对很多族群啦，然后这些教育发展、文化啦等等议题，其实他都是很熟悉的。所以你们等一下也可以问。那你可以用中文问，他可以听得懂。那如果你用英文问，当然更好。Molly 一直问我说，你们有没有人翻译中文给你们听懂？我就跟他讲说，我是不会翻译的，因为我希望呢，你们没听懂，也不是说没听懂哈，没有全部听懂也没有关系啦。你们就是要慢慢习惯说，当你听不懂的时候，你就是要进步，就这么简单。那你慢慢习惯久了，总是会变好。那希望用这样的方式，至少一个学期下来，你们可以让自己的语言能力啦、听力也可以再好一点。那我也不是天生就会英文，我以前国中的时候英文是爆烂的，真的就成绩很差，经常考20-30分，所以其实是可以练的哈，所以不用担心。好，那我想我就不再多说，然后让我们欢迎那个 Molly Lee 老师来给各位做演讲，谢谢。
Everybody? Good. Can you understand English? Oh, good. I will try to speak slowly so that you can understand. If you don't understand later on, you can always ask. Okay? We have 2 hours, but I think my lecture will not last more than an hour. Now, can you understand what I have said just now? Yeah, I think you can understand, but you find it difficult to speak, right? Okay, never mind. I can also understand a little bit of Mandarin, not too much. Okay? Right. I was invited to talk to you, and I have a few basic information about you and the course. Okay? I gather that you are all from different field of studies. Some are engineering, some are arts, social science, what else? Law, medicine? Yeah? Okay. So it's good to be together because we are all in the field of education. You are studying, right? Education. You are educating yourself, right? So my area of expertise is in education, and more specifically on higher education. That means university education, where you are in now, right? So hopefully we can share some experiences and knowledge about higher education. You tell people, I'm studying in the university now. You tell your friends. But then when friends say, do you know what is the university like in China? Do you know what is the university like in Singapore? Do you know? Maybe not. Limited, right? You only know about university in Chiayi, CCU. Okay. Do you know anything about NTU, National Taiwan University? Okay. So we hope that after this lecture, you have a broader, wider knowledge of what goes on in a university, or what goes on, sometimes we call higher education. Higher education means post-secondary education, including technical vocational education, including university or education. Okay? Right. The other thing I also found out is that the name of your course is what? Asia Regional Integration. You know what it means? Is it happening? Yeah? You think so? Oh, okay. So when you talk about integration, that means the countries all getting together. A good example of regional integration, can you give an example? Europe. Yeah, Europe, you have the European Union, they have some form of government, they have some form of currency, right? Okay, and even in education, they have the Europe Higher Education Common Area. So Europe is a very good example. Politically, they are quite integrated because they have the European Union with the capital in Brussels. Economically, you know, people can travel and work in different countries, study in different countries, you know. So that is a model that other continents or other regions are aspiring to. So Africa is trying to integrate. America, of course, North America, you have the states, they are already one country. But Europe is different countries, but quite together politically and economically. What about Asia? What about Asia? Are we anywhere near it? No, we are only talking about it. We are only talking about it. It's an aspiration. So some big countries like Japan, they like to see Asia being integrated. That's why they are funding this course. ASEAN, you know ASEAN? ASEAN is a group of Southeast Asian countries. They are talking about ASEAN community. They also aspire to be together, but they are not that together yet as compared to Europe. Okay? So, what I'm trying to do in this next hour is just not so much of integration, but cooperation. Right? You start talking to each other, you start cooperate doing things. So the cooperation that we are going to look at is in higher education, among universities in the Asian region. Okay, so this is what we are trying to examine or study in the next 1 hour. Okay, any questions so far? 听得懂吗? Okay, right. Now, Asia to start with, Asia is very big, right? Very diverse, very different. Big country like China, billions of people. Small country like the Pacific Island, Cook Island, Tonga, Vanuatu, less than 200,000 people. So you have big country, small country, rich country, poor country, middle income country, communist country, democratic country, very different. Economically, politically, geographically, very different. Okay? So when you have differences, it's very difficult to talk to one another. It's also very difficult to work together. Everybody has their own way of doing things, right? And politically, just like, although we can talk to China, but then politically also very difficult. Japan, Korea, China, because of the history, they also cannot talk to one another, right? Correct or not? They have to talk to one another through ASEAN, and I'll explain that to you later. Okay, so, but then we can, don't worry about this, we can have sub-region in Asia. You understand? Smaller parts. And these are the smaller parts. As I told you, Southeast Asia, 11 countries. Do you know which are the countries? Yeah, Taiwan very interested in Southeast Asia. Right? Right? So you have countries like Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Burma, Indonesia, Philippines, 还有 Vietnam, 还有 Cambodia, Laos, Brunei, yes, Basunda. And I think the last one is East Timor. East Timor, a very small country, okay? Yeah, you know that. Wen Lai is Brunei. I do not know how you say East Timor in Mandarin. Huh? 不是啊 East Timor. Wen Lai is Brunei, is it? Yeah. Okay. Two countries, East Timor. Okay. All right. Then we have. Does it work? We have East Asia. You know that? South Asia, the Indian continent, subcontinent. And we have Central Asia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, or the Kan, right? Tan. And then the Pacific region. And do you know something? This Central Asia, what is their common lingua franca? What do they speak? Huh? What language? They have Kazakh, but what is the common language? Russian. Yeah? So sometimes cannot communicate. Not many people in East Asia speak Russian, you know. But Mongolia maybe can, all right? So there you are. These are the sub-region. And you can see some cooperation in each of these sub-region. Huh? They are closer together. This is under Russian influence. They all speak Russian. Southeast Asia, very close to each other. And these are the culturally maybe quite similar, but historically, politically not close together. Okay? So let's see what happened. So at the government level, not people to people, but at the government level, there's intergovernmental cooperation. So we have ASEAN. We talk about the 11 countries in ASEAN. But then you have ASEAN plus 3. You know which are the 3? China, Japan, Korea, right? So that's why these 3 countries talk to each other through ASEAN. And you have ASEAN plus 6. Which are the other 3 countries more? Australia, New Zealand, and India. And then they also have ASEAN plus 8. And I think it's Russia and somebody else. I cannot remember. Google and check it out, okay? Right. Now, that's ASEAN. In South Asia, you have the SAARC, South Asia Association of Regional Cooperation. So this is India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal. This group of countries that is near India. And the Pacific Island, Australia, New Zealand, Tonga, Cook Island, all that Oceania side, they have their own, they call it Pacific Island Forum. Okay? Right. So this is at the intergovernmental level of cooperation. Let's see what do they do at higher education. When we talk about regional cooperation or regionalization of higher education, the literature, the study, the research done in this area is by the person called Jan Knight. Jan Knight. Jan Knight has written a great many articles about regional cooperation in higher education, specifically in higher education. You can check, you can Google. Her first name is Jane, Jane. The last name is Knight, Jan Knight. Okay? So she has a very easy framework to understand the different types of cooperation, different kinds of cooperation, which he divides into three levels. Okay? The first level is functional. Functional means you just get together for some activity. Okay? Do things together. Singapore, Malaysia get together, do things together. The people do things together. I and Professor Chan get together and do things together. It's very functional. We just run a workshop. That's all. People to people, individual. No organization. Okay? He invite me to come here and talk to you. I invite him to Malaysia and talk to our people there. Very functional. So it can be running a workshop, it may be giving a lecture, it can be doing a research project. So very much activity-oriented. Okay. But the second level is that people get organized. One association. Maybe the student movement, that your CCU, student union, or student association. Your student association become a member of a student association that cover maybe, I do not know. Do you have student association? Do you work with other student associations from different countries? So I know during my student day, we have the Student Christian Movement. It's a Christian movement. So they have members from different countries, different student associations, from Hong Kong, from Singapore, from Malaysia, all part of that regional student association, Christian association movement. So maybe there's a Buddhist one. Yeah, I do not know. Or maybe there's a Taekwondo one. Maybe there's a Judo one, right? Or maybe there's a basketball one. I do not know. All right? So people get organized. Yeah? Okay. That's organization. And the last level, which is very, very important or very difficult to achieve, is the political cooperation. Give me an example of political cooperation. Against terrorists, yes. You have to get together to fight terrorists, yes. What else? To make money. So trading bloc, right? They're trading bloc. They get together politically. What else? Very famous. Huh? Huh? High-speed road. Transportation. Transportation, yes, it's also come under commercial. If I want to fly to your airspace, or if I want to take the high-speed rail to your country, you need to negotiate, right? Transportation, yes. What else? Politically. Currency, yes, if you want to use like the euro in Europe, yes. What else? Huh? The One Belt and One Road. Yeah, that is interesting from China. I'm not quite sure whether it's business or politics. Maybe it's both. Yeah, at the same time, driven by China, right? But that is quite a bit different from UNESCO, UN. That's very politically at the high level, right? UN is formed to keep peace, supposedly, right? Then you sign something like the climate change declaration, human rights declaration, environmental Rio Summit declaration, women's rights declaration. Have you heard of those things? Where all the governments get together and say we should be doing this. Very important, right? And the different countries go and rectify or sign it, right? So in the field of education, higher education, we do have that kind of declaration that I'm going to share with you. Okay? Any questions? Wonderful. Let's go again. So let's look at the first functional perspectives. So what are the things that goes on in higher education that we can work together, that we can cooperate together? Anybody, any idea? You are now in the university, you are the student, or imagine next time you are the professor. What can you do together with other people from other university in other countries? Give me some example. You are a student. What do you hope to, besides studying in CCU, what do you hope for if given the opportunity? As a student. Difficult question. Study with other exchange students, right? You may want to visit other university. Or when you graduate from CCU, you may want to study in America. Or while you are here, you would like to meet some international student, right? So that is very, very interesting. So there is student exchange, okay? So the same thing with professor. They also like to go and attend conference elsewhere. They also like to work with professor in the same field from other university. And better if it is an international university. Okay? So, the function of a university has three functions. Do you know what is the function of a university? Three functions. Research, yes, good. Teach, yes. The third one, service. Service to the community. Service, okay? So these are the three functions of a university. So in the field of, in the area of teaching, we have academic exchange, right? In the field of research, we have research collaboration. In the field of service, we have university community engagement. University giving service to the community, right? Understand? So how can we collaborate in these three areas? Let's look at it. The first area, the teaching part, the learning part. So here, we have people moving. Students going to study overseas, foreign students coming in. We call that movement of people, students. We have movement of professor. Professor go to spend the sabbatical in another university overseas, or went to go to do their PhD. So professor, scholar, expert can move. But not only people move, the program also move. In Taiwan, do you have MBA, Master of Business administration program. Are they all from Taiwan University? No. They're from which university? Any foreign university coming to Taiwan to offer MBA? No? You don't know. In Malaysia, we have many British university, many Australian university going to Malaysia to offer various type of program, like twinning program. Have you heard? Twinning program means I want to get an Australian degree, but I can do it in Malaysia itself, because the Australian university, let's say Western Australia, they offer the program in a local university in Malaysian. So I can spend 3 years studying for an Australian degree, but in Malaysia. You get it? But sometimes I can spend 2 years in Malaysia and spend 1 year in Australia. That's what they call twinning. Right? And in Malaysia, the business is so good, some foreign university from Britain and Australia come and set up shop in Malaysia. So we have Monash University in Malaysia from Australia, Curtin University, Swinburne University, Nottingham University, setting up business in Malaysia. We even have Xi'an University, not Xi'an, Xiamen University, Xiamen University from China, setting up business in Malaysia. So these are called provider or institutional mobility. They come and set up. None in Taiwan so far? No, yeah. So Nottingham is not only in Malaysia, Nottingham University from UK also set up shop in China, Ningbo, in Ningbo. RMIT University in Australia go and set up business in Vietnam. These are all called foreign university branch campuses. Foreign university branch campuses. So here, academic exchange. People move, program move, institution also move. Very good cooperation. Can you see? When it comes to research, the second function of the university, we always have joint research project. Joint research project. So, recently who died? Stephen Hawking, right? You heard about the big news? Famous professor in University of Cambridge. If I am in theoretical physics, I would love to collaborate with him. Yeah? I think some people, or the Nobel Prize winner, a lot of times, Nobel Prize, not one person. They have a team, right? For chemistry, you have somebody from Japan, you have somebody from China, you have somebody from America. They work as a team. So that's what research collaboration is about. Everybody working in the same area. Sometimes you also have, not just for research, but for doctoral program, like in China. Now, wow, a lot. The university expand. Everybody wants to do master. Everybody wants to do doctoral. But they don't have enough professor who can offer doctoral. So they partner with other university and have the joint degree or joint doctoral degree. Yeah. So you have co-supervision. I have a friend from Thailand. Her daughter study turtle, marine biology. Turtle, yeah, study turtle, the sea turtle. So she's doing her PhD. She registered in a Thai university, Chulalongkorn University, but co-supervisor is in Austria. Right? So you have a foreign supervisor, co-supervisor. This is the joint degree, doctoral degree program. Can you see or not? So you can do that. University partnership, there's a lot of university together. One of them is called Universitas 21. where you have 21 universities joined together. If you Google, you'll find Universitas 21. 21 universities joined together to offer program. So if you're a student of Universitas 21, you can study in University A in Australia for 1 semester and go to University B in Singapore for another semester and then go to University C in UK. No, how nice. 1 semester here, 1 semester there. So your experience will be very rich. You get different type of experience from different universities and different campuses and different countries. How nice, but very, very expensive. Very expensive. Okay? And sharing of resources and facilities. All right? Nowadays, the equipment for research is so expensive. Not every university can afford those kind of equipment. I studied in Stanford, in America, and in Stanford there is a huge, what they call linear accelerator, where you study particle physics. You know particle physics? And in Europe, you have the CERN in Italy, I think. So all the theoretical physicists will go down to these particular facilities to try to understand the atomic structure of particles. So recently, the Higgs particles was being discovered. Any science student here? Physics student? Right? By this accelerator, which is very, very expensive. You know what is it? You translate it? Higgs. Yeah, the God's particle, right? Yeah. So that is research collaboration. Moving on, university community engagement. So here we are talking, the university is not an ivory tower. You understand? University need to work with the people, the community, the villages around it. Especially Jiayi, CCU, right in the middle of Jiayi, among the pineapple plantation. All right, you have to work with the pineapple growers. You cannot just abandon them. Cannot be an ivory tower. So the service to the community is very important. So here I talk about North-South-South cooperation is that a lot of university like Cornell University in US, British Columbia University in Canada, they like to come to third world developing countries like Malaysia, like Peru in Latin America, like Thailand in Asia. And the professor and the student will work together with the professor and students in the local university to help the developing the Thai community. Can you see or not? So that's we call North-South cooperation. Rich country from the North Hemisphere working with the Southern Hemisphere. Yeah? Okay. Right. So that is from the 3 dimensions: teaching, academic exchange, research collaboration, service, university community engagement. There are different ways where professor to professor, student to student can work together, can join together, do something useful. Okay? So that's one level. Any question? Okay. We move on to the second level. Second level, I told you, is at the organizational level. All right? You get together not one-to-one, but as an organization, from one organization to another organization. So here, these are sub-regional cooperation in higher education. First, at the governmental level, this is called intergovernmental organization. Intergovernmental organization. So we have UNESCO. You know what UNESCO is, right? You have ASEAN. And you have CMO. CMO is Southeast Asia Minister of Education Organization. Okay? And you have Federation of Education, MM. I forgot what it is, so you have to check it out in your Google. Now, these are government. But at this level, it's the university that get together. So all the university like CCU, NTU, Foreign, they get together and form an organization. So here we have CMO right head is an AUN. These are all Southeast Asian country universities getting together. I just put it here. This is AAOU, is Asia Association of Open University. Do you know what's the meaning of Open University? OPEN. What does it mean? Open. Have you heard of Open University? 没听过? Open University. Open University, yes. Two features. One is by distant mode. You don't see face to face, distant mode. The other thing is anybody also can enter. Okay? So everybody has an opportunity to study. So there are, have you heard of the Open University in UK? Very famous, Open University in UK. Yeah? In China, in India, there are many open universities because the population is so big. Not everybody has a chance like you, very lucky, to come and sit in the campus. So they can just register by distant mode. They don't even see their lecturer. Maybe they send you some textbook and then take some exam, and you take very long time to graduate. The better ones have online. The not so, they sometimes have TV and radio. In China, they have the TV and radio. So it's all through distant mode. So this is the association of all the Asian Open University. Now, in a couple of weeks, you get this PowerPoint. You can check this out. They are all established in these years, in the 90s and the 80s. So they have been around for 20 or 30 years, okay, if you are interested. And these are all university becoming a member of this association. And they are all in the Asia or Asia Pacific. The A stands for Asia, the AP stands for Asia Pacific. Okay? So that is the organization. Now we talk about student mobility. How do you get to study in another country? The government sponsor. The government can give some scholarship and sponsor students to study overseas. So here you have UMAP. They give scholarship, 31 countries. The active one are Australia, Japan, Korea, Hong Kong, Taiwan. So these students studying in Hong Kong, Taiwan, they get the scholarship, they go and study in a different country. Okay? So all these Campus Asia, you see what happened is between Japan, China, and South Korea. For all these three countries, especially Japan and Korea, do you know what is happening in their country? As far as university enrollment is concerned, Japan, Korea has an aging population, just like Taiwan. You know what's aging population? People getting older and older and older and older. No children. So the young people from school entering university becoming less and less and less. We call it declining enrollment declining birth rate, right? So the university, just like in Taiwan, big university, many places, but not enough students. Huh? Problem. If you don't get students, your university get closed down. Right? Government say no student, what for? Close your university. Don't waste money. Right? Okay. So this is happening to Japan, even China and South Korea. So then they say, never mind. We get some international students to come and study. Right? International students. Many students from overseas can come. So they have this strategy. But then if international students come and study, can they understand Japanese? Can they understand Korean? Cannot. Can they understand Mandarin? 不可以. Right? So this Campus Asia is that these three countries get together and say, we are going to choose a number of universities, and this university will offer program in English. In English. Alright, so must get the right professor, the right program. And then they open those programs to international students. So this particular program is all these Japanese students going to study in China, Chinese students going to study in Korea, all the student exchange among these three countries, which is very interesting, all sponsored by the government. Okay, cooperation. Okay, so when you have student mobility, what happens is that the first tier universities get a lot of students and a lot of attention. Everybody wants to go to NTU. They don't want to come to CCU. You see? Because top tier, famous university, they want to go to Seoul University. They want to go to Tokyo University. They want to go to Tsinghua University. They want to go to Beijing University. But they don't want to go to the small country village university. Right? So those universities don't get a chance to go. Don't get a chance to recruit international students. That's the problem. Okay? And the other thing is that this business called credit transfer. You know what it is? You imagine you spend one semester in Tokyo. Right? Tokyo University. One semester. You study very hard. And then you say, oh, but I'm not getting any credit for it. Wasting my time. I don't want to go. Right? Student will say that. But if you say, you go and study there, you get 3 units or 6 units, it will help to your graduation, right? Then you will be more motivated to go. Right, yes. So this credit transfer is a very important element when it comes to student exchange and student mobility, right? Okay. But then, imagine I am NTU, right? NTU, your top university. And then you go and study in one poor, small, Sleepy Hollow university. You don't even know what is the standard like. And you come back and you say, I got 3 units. You think your NTU or even CCU will recognize it? No, there's no quality. So the quality issue become important. Where you go, where you get that credit is very important. So how do you sit together and say, I recognize your credit, you recognize my credit? So the recognition is also very important. Okay? So this is where not only send students to study, but work out a credit system, which is very difficult. Okay? All right. So this is here you are. So UMAP and AUN, ASEAN University Network, these two organizations managed to work out a credit transfer scheme among themselves. Just like in Europe, the Euromos, they also have a credit transfer scheme. And this is where the collaboration takes place. Understand? Yes, I was telling you, Universitas 21, This is joint collaborative program. That means the university get together and offer the same program. And this one is very interesting. Universitas 21 university getting together. Google this and find out which are the university. But this one is also very interesting. AUN SIDNet. This is funded by the Japanese government. The Japanese government say, I want to help ASEAN. Very good. Big brother got money. Want to help ASEAN. Yeah? Hoping for some business also. So they say, how can we help ASEAN? So they say, we got technology. We got very good in engineering. Let's help the ASEAN country to improve their engineering program. So they give funding, they give expertise, and they develop an engineering education development network under AUN. AUN is ASEAN University Network, and this network has the 2 top universities from each of the ASEAN countries. So like in Thailand, you have Chulalongkorn and Mahidol maybe. In Malaysia, you have University of Malaya and University of Science Malaysia maybe. And then in Philippines, you have University of Philippines and Tilasa. So only the top university can become member of this ASEAN University Network. It's like a club. So the Japanese come and help them with their engineering program. Are there any engineering students here? Only 1, 2, 3, yeah. So it will be interesting to find out what this program is about. From Japan, from Japan. Okay. All right. So, just now we talked about credit transfer, right? How can I recognize your credit, right? You go to study in a university, what is your main concern? Your main concern is whether your degree is recognized or not, right? You want to go to a good top university so that you get a good degree, so that you can go out and say, oh, you from CCU, you from NTU, you from Furen, very good university, we will hire you, right? So quality is important. But how do we want to make sure that university have quality? To do that, they have what we call Quality Assurance Agency. So in Taiwan, what's the name? HIAC. So there's a quality agency which supervise, make sure that you follow the right course, the curriculum is correct, that your professor is qualified, that you sit certain type of exam, you don't shortcut, All this, they check on you. Okay? Now, if you have QA in Taiwan, and you QA in Hong Kong, you have QA in Malaysia, and they do their own thing, if they don't talk to each other, they don't cooperate, how can you know your quality is the same as my quality? Right? So there is quality control, just like your baju, your clothes, there's quality control. And so these are the association that has been set up in Asia Pacific. They call themselves network, ASEAN APQN and ACAN network, where the quality agency people sit down together and say, if it is engineering, it should be like this, like this, like this. If it is education, it should be like this, like this, like this. They share information. Okay, so this kind of cooperation also exists in the Asia Pacific region. Okay? All right, so this is all at the organization level. Now, politics. At the governmental level, what do we have? Inter-regional cooperation. We have not just Asia. In Asia is one region. Europe is one region. You need to cooperate in between regions, so that when you go and study in Europe, it is possible. So they have a setup called Asia-European Summit. And this one is Asia +3, Asia +6, Asia +8. And now we have also ASEAN Australia. So these are all governmental cooperation. Right? If you want to know more, you just Google and find out more. But what is important is that I want to show you this one. What we, UNESCO, have been doing. And that is qualification recognition. So very important. CCU, you got your bachelor degree. Where do you want to study next? Have you planned to study more? Yes, where do you want to go? Bangkok. Okay. You want to study in Thailand with your degree from CCU. So you are concerned whether Bangkok University, Thai University would recognize your qualification or not, right? So that is very important. So the UNESCO, UN, thank you. The UNESCO has a convention saying you have to rectify this convention that any student with any qualification coming to study in Australia or wherever you want to go, you are entitled to have your qualification being assessed. I don't just simply recognize it, but I want to assess your qualification. If your qualification is the same as my country's qualification, I'll recognize your qualification. Okay? But if I find that there's some difference,